ورسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول كل بدعة ضلالة.
What is your advice regarding, this is a question that came up, I think, your advice regarding Sulaiman al-Ruhaylee, I believe it's mentioned here, and I think this is the Shaykh who's been invited by some people in the UK. These are the people who are inviting Shaykh Sulaiman al-Ruhaylee. In fact, there's two things here. The first thing is that we mentioned already previously, that the Shaykh has not taken the correct stance with respect to the people of fitna, people of schisms, the people of splitting, which is Muhammad bin Hadi and his followers, who basically attack students of knowledge, call them names, slander them in the masajid of Allah, cause splits all over the Arab world, the Western world, right? The scholars like Shaykh Rabi', Shaykh Ubaid and others, they clarified the misguidance of Muhammad bin Hadi, right? And Muhammad bin Hadi has been convicted in a court of law in Medina, right? For slandering a Muslim in a mosque from the mosques of Allah Azza wa Jal, right? This conviction is in a court of law. In fact, 10-11 years earlier, there was another court case against Muhammad bin Hadi, this time by Ibrahim al-Ruhaylee, right? And I actually have, I can actually read it to you if you wanted me to read the hukm, the actual official statement from the court, the criminal court in Medina, right? Where he basically, what happened is Ibrahim al-Ruhaylee is a man who entered into things that he does not understand, right? He entered into affairs that he's not fit and capable of entering into. And he also spoke some very strange things. He spoke about, Jahm bin Safwan, and he tried to belittle the affair of Jahm bin Safwan. And so as a result, the scholars in Medina, they refuted him. Shaykh Rabi refuted him, Shaykh Ubaid refuted him, spoke against his major severe mistakes in this field, right? However, when Muhammad bin Hadi refuted Ibrahim al-Ruhaylee, he fell into excess and he fell into extreme, right? As a result of which Ibrahim al-Ruhaylee took him to court. So this went into a court case, right? And as part of the court case, as part of the resolution of the court case, Muhammad bin Hadi signed an agreement in which he agreed certain things, that he will not speak about people again, and he will not this and not this, whatever. The actual document is already published online, the actual court ruling. This is going back in 2011, 2012, right? So there's some history for you there. Then 2016, 2017, he's doing the same thing. He's inventing labels, Sa'afiqa, this against students of knowledge, attacking them, speaking ill of them. He's even undermining like Shaykh Rabi and things like that. And, he caused splits all over the Muslim world amongst the ranks of the Salafis, right? Now, two individuals in this country who played a role in this fitna of creating and spreading these splits, two individuals, they're both from this country. One is by the name, you've heard of Salafi events, Asif Shabir, I believe his name is, another one called Yasir Rahman. These two individuals were there in Medina, in Saudi, and they were stoking this fitna, right, of Muhammad bin Hadi, and using it in order to attack Salafis in this country and create these, splits, right. However, they failed in 2017, 2018, and what they've done now, these are the same two individuals, right? What they've done now, they've set up a new organization called Masjid Umar, or something like this. I don't know where Masjid Umar is. Does it even exist? This is the way of these people. They have nothing on the ground, right? There's no mosque. There's no markaz. But you buy a domain name and you set up a company with Company's House and you call it, whatever you want to call it, right? Masjid so-and-so, markaz so-and-so. But on the ground, there's as far as we know, Allah knows best, there's actually nothing there, even there. So you're like, create an impression that there's some substance of some masjid or markah, when there's actually nothing even there. It's just all online kind of it's a domain name and like a legal kind of organization or something. And so in a way what's happening, there's two things that are really going on here. The first thing is that Shaykh Ruhaylee has not taken the correct position against Muhammad bin Hadi as he should have, despite being advised in person in the house of Shaykh Rabi with all the evidences, right? And even after Muhammad bin Hadi has been convicted in a court of law for some of the crimes that he fell into, as well as many other things that he fell into as well, despite all that, he's not taken the correct position, right? That's one thing. But at the same time, in a way, he's also being a bit misled and deceived by these individuals as well, right? These mischief makers. And in a way, for them, it's like, in a way, they are kind of disrespecting the Shaykh as well. Like, from their point of view, it's like, in a way, you're trying to make it as if, yes, we have been in the dawah for 10, 12, 15, 17 years, and they're giving this fake impression to the Shaykh that, that somehow they are like being in the dawah for 15, 17 years, organizing dawah, have durus, have this, have that, whatever. If you read the website of these people, the Masjid Umar website, like they've got an about page, and in there you can see many exaggerations and things which we know to be not true, or at least they are embellishments to make the picture look better than what it actually is, right? So they are inviting the Shaykh over here without him really knowing the whole history and the realities, right, of what's going on. So in a way, they themselves are kind of deceiving the very Shaykh that they are inviting over here to help fulfill agendas that they already have, right? They are already unhappy about the Muhammad bin Hadi fitna, right? They never got their way. They are angry. They are jealous. They want to. So this really is like, it's basically them trying to just stoke up the schisms again, and try to split the dawah and try to get people to go in their direction by deliberately creating this confusing kind of scenario, confusing circumstance, right? That this Shaykh who's got knowledge is going to come over here, right? And then it's a deliberate way of kind of polarizing people. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing, these individuals, right? They know exactly what they're doing. So in other words, this is like, really, it's a mixture of two things. It is a mixture of two things. First of all, is that the positions that should be taken have not been taken, and secondly is that it's also an element of these individuals who are known for mischief, that they are deliberately stoking these problems. They know exactly what they are doing and why they are doing it. They know exactly why. And so for that reason, what you're going to see is that this will be a gathering place or an amalgamation. Everybody who historically has had problems or grievances, or they've got jealousies, or they've got grudges or whatever, all these people are going to gather, and you will see all the Hizbis, you'll see all the people historically who were with Al-Ma'arabi, like the Brixton people, the Luton. You'll find all these people gathering in this conference. It'll be a gathering place of everyone who's had a problem with the people of the Sunnah in this country, who have expended many efforts over numerous decades to try to unite the people in this country upon the Sunnah, upon Salafiyah, upon love of the scholars, upon love of clarity, whatever. You are going to see everyone who's had a historical grudge, a grievance, hatred, worldly kind of difference, worldly issues, whatever. They're the ones who are going to be rallying around in that direction, right? And the people who have organized this, they know exactly what they are doing, these individuals, right? You go to their organization, markaz, whatever it might be, you see that basically this organization they've set up is to camouflage that this is really a Salafi events. Like, Salafi events, the organization that they set up many years back, in order to push their agenda. Well, they've changed the name so that no one can link this to Salafi events, because everybody knows that Salafi events, even when they split the dawah in East London with MH Bay, right? Even MH Bay had to get rid of these guys. That tells you something. This Salafi events, even they had a splitting amongst themselves, so they went their own way, right? So what they've done is they've made this new name for this new masjid, which I don't know where this masjid is, what the address of this masjid, or where this physical building is. It seems to be just like a name and a corporation. Allah knows best. So they've made that to hide and to camouflage the fact that this is really a Salafi event, so to speak, right? And that's why they've taken a new name. And even when you look at the directors of the people who are on the company, right? They've got their own brothers to be the directors, right? So you won't see Asif Shabir on there, you won't see Yasir Rahman, you see the brother's name and the brother's name. All of this is an attempt to hide who are the real people behind this new organization, to hide the fact that this is just like Salafi events coming again to basically to stoke again the issue of Muhammad bin Hadi, the Sa'afika fitna, whatever. That's what they're doing. They know exactly what they are doing. So in a way, like what I'm saying, in a way that even from their point of view, they see Shaykh Ruhaylee as an alim, whatever. He is an alim. He's been spoken of, well, by scholars. We don't deny that. From their point of view, it's a bit like disrespectful to use the Shaykh in this way for their machinations, and that's going to bring harm to the Shaykh. This has happened. We've experienced this many times before over the past 2-3 decades in this country, right? Where people have fallen into snares without even realizing and end up harming themselves, right? So the position that we are explaining, first of all, is the people of knowledge who have explained that when a person does not take the correct and true positions where the evidences have been established, then we take caution from that person. We're not saying that person is Allah al-Mubtadi'. This is a kadhib that these people are spreading. They're trying to spread this slander that we are making. Nobody's making tabdiyah. No one has made any tabdiyah. And we said that sometimes even from a person who is a person of the sunnah, he can fall into a statement or a belief or an action or a behavior or a conduct or taking a position which in itself is wrong and requires something of caution. This does not necessitate in any form or fashion that you have now declared this person to be a deviant, misguided, no. But it's just something that in this issue, just be a bit cautious. That's all it is, right? And so we don't attend that gathering because we know what the intent behind this whole gathering is. It is to cause splits and schisms and to polarize people, and that's what the intent of it is. And the Shaykh himself might not even be fully aware of what these individuals, whose corruption is already known and established, because they are known to us in this country and their deeds are known to us in this country. So in a way we are even being more kind and merciful, to by making these things aware, because they're the ones who are going to harm the Shaykh more than anything else. So that's what I can say very briefly on this issue.